In November 2008, partners of Crossroads Christian Communications donated their hard-earned dollars to make a difference on the other side of the world. Their generosity launched many significant efforts in Cambodia, including a church and school for a group of stateless Vietnamese living on Cambodia's largest lake, Tonle Sap. My assignment was to find out the difference those initiatives had made and report back to those who had given. Kim Bui was my guide on this 3.5-hour journey by car and boat to a community and life most of us can't imagine.
The floating villages, they been here a long time ago. It's 100 years ago. They was a fisherman, and they live there, and they have children born on the boat, so they've been there for a few generations already.
Kim heads up Love Your Neighbor Ministries, the organization that runs the outreach on the lake. She says life is hard for families here, and they have to fish 7 days a week to try to eke out a living.
For a few months, they're not allowed to fish because the government doesn't allow it. But then that's why they try to make it up, because they have to buy the license. It's expensive. So that's why they want to make the money fast, for that fishing season.
Besides the endemic poverty these families struggle with, lack of medical care and education are some of their biggest challenges. Because Vietnamese born in Cambodia don't receive automatic citizenship, they can't go to school, get a job, or receive social and medical services.
They never learn anything. They don't learn Vietnamese, they don't learn Cambodian either. So they never been in school.
It's estimated that 40,000 Vietnamese live on this lake, a tradition that goes back hundreds of years. The Kim Bui estimates only about 2 of the 40 villages here have heard about Jesus, and that's a number she hopes to see changed.
Nobody wants to share the gospel to them. Even they had missionary came here almost 100 years ago. They don't treat them as an ethnic group either, and so nobody shared the gospel to them.
It was that isolation which inspired Kim to take over the work from an American couple, Rick and Beth Drummond, in the floating village near Siem Reap called Camp on Klang. They started with a school which was enthusiastically received by the community.
The teacher really tired because in the morning she had about maybe 70 kids come in the same time because when they grow the boat, they bring the younger sibling along too. So she had kindergarten and grade 1 together in the same boat. And then later on she had grade 2. And in the afternoon she had grade 3. And then in the evening she had about 30 adults want to come learning how to read Vietnamese in order to learn the Bible.
There was only one Christian family in the village when the work started, but now just over a year later, it's grown exponentially.
And now we have about more than 20 adults. And the youth, we have about 40 young adults. And the children, you see so many of them. So about maybe 80 children. So it's, you see our boat small, and now it's filled up with people.
The Lai family are one of the pillars of the church, whose faith journey started with their kids. Fong Ji and her brother Chung originally came for an education, but soon found so much more.
Before I live in the darkness and I don't know anything right or wrong, but now I know. And also I know how to read and write now. God, Jesus showed me the way and He changed my life. Before I gambling, drinking and all kind of things, the bad thing. But now He changed me, I don't do it. Now we don't have to.
Their father Sok noticed this improvement in his kids' behavior. So much so, he also committed his life to God. But he had a serious concern weighing him down. His youngest daughter was very sick and he had no money to take her to hospital. He'd previously prayed to other gods, but received no results.
We came here and asked to pray. And after that, my children brought the Bible home and keep reading it to her and praying for her. And I prayed so hard. And I pray at home, I said, Lord, by your mercy, please heal this girl.